Hello, I'm cKnoor, and this is just a quick thing to say. The Blood Bowl 3 closed beta number 2 is starting today on January 25th and running until February the 2nd. So if you were in the first closed beta, you should have access to this one. There might be ways to get into it if you didn't have. In that case, I would probably check out the Blood Bowl 3 Discord or their social medias. I haven't actually double-checked how easy it is to get into this beta, because they just gave me access to it. With that said, there are a bunch of things that have been tweaked since there was last a closed beta, and I think we can all agree that, you know, we'd all hope that the game was in a better state at the time for the closed beta than it was. There's been, and still is, a pandemic. There's been lots of tweaks and stuff going on. So we're going to have a quick look at the UI and some stuff today. Well, not necessarily in-game, because one of the things that's still being worked on is the AI for the single player. So I'm not going to touch that because I looked at it and it's kind of funky at the moment. And the closed beta is more, at least in my understanding, for multiplayer testing, because that's hopefully what most of us are going to be playing. So with that said, let me press my explosion button here. And there's a cat meowing up a storm. Go into the game. Well, that's loud.
Finally.
You've already seen this. I'm gonna skip it.
After all.
So, you can now create a competition, which you couldn't before, which is neat. Name, logo, tutorial messages. You know what? I'm gonna go. Actually, let me quickly Alt-Tab here. You're gonna lose all audio and lower the audio a bit, and then get back in. And hopefully, that's a bit more reasonable. So, you can now make a competition. Unfortunately, as far as I understand it, the password is currently not working for online competitions, but you can do this. And hopefully invite your friends. That's not what I'm here for, though. I am here to show off something else, which is, you know, not necessarily the most exciting thing, but we do have a fourth team now in the beta. The previous beta was just Black Orc, Goblin Union, and Imperial Nobility, and my hope is, with the camera tweaks and everything else, is that it'll actually be fun to play with these. Unfortunately, they added dwarfs, so now we have to deal with that. It'll be fine, though. Let me show you some stuff. Remember how, like, thank you. Like last time, it was kind of annoying to, you had to buy every piece on its own. Well, now you can do this. I'm gonna skip on the Troll Slayers and instead just get myself, say 7 of them. And get 3 rerolls. Perfect. Well, not perfect, but look at how much quicker that was. So things are slowly improving, and I recognize I shouldn't be this excited about something that should have been in the closed beta from the start, but you know, it is still, you know, the little things. So we are going to confirm that. And here's another thing that's been changed. Okay, so we're recruited all of them. We can see those players over here. Customization is still over here, except now there's even more of it. Now, most of this stuff we only have access to one thing of. There's a simple ball. There's dice. Now, these are the human dice set, and I think this relates to Games Workshop have been releasing a lot of dice for all of the races. Well, not all of the races, but a lot of the races in Blood Bowl. My assumption is that there's going to be those colorings of those dice sets here later on. That's just my assumption. It's nothing I have been able to confirm or I've even asked about, but it's there. We still have the same 3 stadiums as before. We have a different coach now. We have Grim Filthhowler. And I guess that's our only coach. And we have human cheerleaders. Let's go to our jersey. So, in Blood Bowl 2, when you pick jersey and stuff, you get you see one of them on the when you pick your skin. Now you can do this, which is nice. So you can kind of design it for whichever one you want. We of course want different colors. I still don't like this part because it's kind of hard to figure out where your greens are and other things, but it's at least it's a lot quicker now. So look at we can see our banner here in the background as well, which is really neat actually. We're gonna change the emblem as well, and we have all of the emblems from Blood Bowl 2. There might even be some new ones. I don't think so though. I feel like I recognize most of these, but neat. So that's been upgraded. It's a lot quicker. Let's go back to customization. And yes, now our cheerleaders are different. Very nice. Is our coach also different? Yes, he is. So basically, our bowl is still the same though. And our dice is the same. Last but not least, and I think this is, one of the most important things here. So, we have a Cobalt Carlson Bastard here. Or Carlson's Bastard, which of course I take offense to, or Cragson. I read it as Carlson because that's a normal Swedish surname. In any case, we can't have two Kobold here, right? So let's go over here. Click on this guy. Go up into customization. And I think we'll be able to change these guys later on as well. That's my assumption, but there's only one of each right now. But there's a big button here for name. So first of all, let's correct that last name. And call him something else, like Cobalt. Confirm. Now, of course... Oh. Okay. I mean, I see why you do that. For those that didn't catch it, the own name list they have contains words that are not that are blacklisted if a player were to put them in, or a coach were to put them in, which kind of makes sense. You don't necessarily want everyone to be able to type out bastard, but that's what happened there. So we changed our first one to Cobalt Carlson's Lovely Son. Previously, you had to go out, right? Now you can just do this. And if we go, not to gameplay, but if we go back, we can now see that these guys have been changed. And I'm pretty sure we can change them later on as well if we ever wanted to. Very happy about that, and I, of course, only say that as a streamer and YouTuber that puts all of my subscribers as player names. But this whole screen is so much quicker now. And there's also... Actually, I should click that. There's now a tutorial. This tutorial has a freaking pretty cool intro once you start the game up. But since I've looked at it once, I just get this thing. Basically, here are all the tutorial challenges, which are kind of neat. I made the first one. I thought I'd be able to reset it to show it to you guys. And there might be a way to reset it. I might just be too thick to figure out how to do that, because you can reset other tutorial messages. But just to jump in and show you what it looks like.
Now show me what you've learned.
Here's a neat thing, by the way. So remember how we only have pro elves, black orcs, imperial nobility, and dwarfs? Well, if you're curious and if you're paying attention, we are now playing as a human team in this tutorial against an Old World Alliance team. So as far as I can tell, these are no, well, for a fact, I know that I can't create teams with these two races, but they're here, so you can look at them if you want. So the tutorial essentially gives you a bunch of tasks that you need to complete in a certain way. For example, here I have to make a block, so I have to select the player, I have to then plan a block, and because this is a halfling, we can see that I get 2 dice, very cool, and I have to validate the sequence, which is essentially pressing space, and, you know, now we're gonna push this guy, and we'll push him over there, and then we will follow up. You have to look down here at exactly what you want to do, because if you do something that the game doesn't want you to do, you have to restart. Like here, for example, they want me to throw a block on this thrower. I mean, I'd want to free up to get an assist, but that's not what I'm doing. Instead, we're just gonna knock it down on a POW. We will go over here, and then we will follow up.
Intimidation is the key. It was one of my strengths when I was still playing.
And there we go. And now we get to go. Well, we can keep going with the next, but it's filled in on thing. So that's all the sneak peek I wanted to give you right now. As this video is live, I think the beta should be live as well. I will be streaming live on Twitch tomorrow on Wednesday, because this evening when this goes out, I'll be playing pen and paper RPG. So looking forward to this. It seems like there's still work to be done. There's still timing issues that need to be solved, but just having played around a bit with the tutorial and some of AI stuff previously, it's getting there. I hope it can get all the way there, but it's slowly but surely getting there. The team creation is no longer a hassle, so I am excited about that. I'll see you in game. Oh, and you know what? YouTube, post in the comments which team you think we should start with, and team color. cKnoor, let's go play the closed beta, shall we? Goodbye. Oh, this is the end screen bit. There's probably stuff over my face that you can click. So, do that. Hopefully the end bit is done by now. Otherwise, it'll be very awkward for me. Okay, cool. Let's assume that it's done.